Baking Free Masterclass. So let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. So this is a very famous saying that everyone must have heard about. But what it really is it really true? So this is what we're going to talk about today, because who said that healthy food should be boring and not so tasty? With that note, I would like to understand, is my voice audible? I can see a lot of people messaging that my voice is not audible. Am I audible?
Yes, Gitanjali.
Okay, guys. Okay, so I just want to ask you one thing. So you must have all heard about MasterChef Priya Vijay, and I want to know, why are you here today? What do you want to learn? What is your favorite baking dish, and what do you want to learn today? So all the people who are saying that I'm not audible, you can just try joining in with the audio again. So cookies, Preeti wants to learn cake. Dr. Namneet wants to learn garlic bread, whole wheat bread, ragi cakes, definitely. So a lot of people wants to learn a lot about baking. बहुत सारे लोग यहाँ पर ये जानना चाहते हैं कि healthy baking क्या होती है, and definitely that is what Priya is going to help us learn. So let me tell you what exactly we are going to learn today. So what we're going to learn is dangers of conventional baking. So अगर आप conventional baking करते हैं तो उनके क्या dangers हैं वो आप जानेंगे. What is plant-based healthy baking and how to shift to plant-based baking. So अगर आप अंडे यूज करते हैं, दूध यूज करते हैं, उनकी जगह आप क्या alternative यूज कर सकते हैं. This is what we are going to learn today, and we are going to uncover and discover a lots of myths that are there in currently in market about plant-based baking. And then we are going to tell you 2 recipe demos. Yes, you're going to learn 2 recipes, which is one of them is gluten-free and one of them is a baking recipe. Without further ado, let me introduce you to Wellcure. Wellcure is a proud platform, proud community of 2.5 lakh members. We are into holistic health education, and we help people to heal through food, diet, lifestyle, and we have helped over 20,000 people to recover from their chronic diseases and lead a healthy lifestyle, a path of healthy lifestyle. We have 150 plus health programs, and we are a team of 20 plus doctors and nutritionists who every day help people to live a disease-free, medicine-free life. And to introduce the expert for the day, I think there is no introduction required, but let me do it again. I welcomed Priya Vijay, MasterChef India Top 11 plant-based baker. She's a plant-based food, health and fitness enthusiast. She currently is running a home-based bakery by the name Melted Down, and she provides plant-based, gluten-free, sugar-free, flour-free, and nutrient-dense confectionery. And she's also written an ebook. The name of the ebook is Slick Belly. So without further ado, Priya, I'm giving the mic to you so that we can start learning.
Thank you so much, Gitanjali. Hello, everyone. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining in. A lot of y'all hopefully know me, and whoever don't, I'm Priya Vijay. I've been a part of MasterChef India 2023 this season, made it to the top 11. I am a plant-based chef and a vegan baker. I've had my whole journey towards hello. We'll shut down the chat for a while. मैं हिंदी में जितना हो सकता है मैं हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में बात करूंगी, so that it's kind of balanced. जहाँ मेरे को आपकी जरूरत पड़ेगी, we'll just open the chat so you can drop in your questions there. ठीक है? I am Priya Vijay. Again, I am based out of Bangalore. I have been baking since 2012. I have been a homegrown baker initially, and then मेरी journey baking के साथ काफी जुड़ी रही. I have been a home baker. I am not a professionally trained baker or a chef. That's it. We can stop here. Yeah. So पहले तो मैं बहुत conventional baking करती थी, basic baking घर से ही, and मेरी इसके साथ मेरा एक personal reason है to turn towards plant based because of my health. मेरे को काफी chest congestion रहता था, runny eyes, runny nose, मेरे को migraine काफी दिन रहता था. तो around 2019 मैंने अपने काम से break लिया from baking to study nutrition, and तब मैंने realize किया कि dairy एक ऐसी चीज है, हो सकता है कि उसकी वजह से मेरा ये जो cold congestion है, migraine है, हो सकता है उसकी वजह से हो रहा है. नॉट टू फॉरगेट कि ये जो इससे पहले 10-12 साल जब मेरे को ये प्रॉब्लम कंजेशन और माइग्रेन की होती थी, मैं इसके लिए मेडिसिन खाती थी. आइडली ऑल ऑफ अस डू दैट. सर दर्द होता है दवाई खाते हैं, कोल्ड होता है दवाई खाते हैं. वी ट्राई टू अवॉइड. एट द एंड ये सारे ड्रग्स हैं. हम ज्यादा खाएंगे तो हमें इन पर डिपेंडेंट हो जाना पड़ता है. इवेंचुअली यू गेट यूज्ड टू समथिंग, अ ड्रग, राइट? सो 2019 में मैंने ये एक टर्न लिया. आई ड्रॉप्ड डेयरी. आई हैड मोस्टली बीन वेजिटेरियन, बट मेरी बेकिंग अंडों के साथ होती थी, डेयरी के साथ होती थी. मोस्टली बीन अ वेजिटेरियन. एंड देन 2019 में जब मैंने डेयरी ड्रॉप किया, छोड़ा डेयरी, विद इन आई गेस 3-4 हफ्ते मुझे लगे टू कंप्लीटली बी ऑफ माई मेडिसिन. आप सोचिए कि रोज अगर आप मेडिसिन खा रहे हैं या हर दूसरे तीसरे दिन मेडिसिन खा रहे हैं, उसका कोई ना कोई तो साइड इफेक्ट होगा ही इन द लॉन्ग रन. तो आई गेस दैट वाज अ ट्रिगरिंग पॉइंट फॉर मी. मुझे अपने आप को ठीक करना है. तो 2019 में जब मैंने डेयरी ड्रॉप किया, मेरा चेस्ट कंजेशन क्लियर हो गया और मेरी दवाइयों की फ्रीक्वेंसी केम डाउन टू 0. टचवुड, गॉड्स ग्रेस. आई एम ऑफ पिल्स. अभी 3 साल हो गए हैं मेरे को डेयरी छोड़े हुए. आई फॉलो अ प्लांट बेस्ड वीगन डाइट. एंड ये नहीं है कि ओवरनाइट ये ट्रांसिशन हुआ. सर्टनली मैं एक पंजाबी फैमिली से आती हूँ जहाँ मैं पली बड़ी डेयरी खाते हुए एंड ऑल ऑफ द डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स. टाइम लग गया मुझे पूरा ट्रांसिशन करने में. गुड 7-8 महीने लग गए टू कंप्लीटली वीन ऑफ डेयरी. एंड देन जब इसके बेनिफिट्स मैंने देखे कि मेरी दवाइयां छूट गई हैं, आई स्टार्टेड ईटिंग बेटर. मेरा हेमोग्लोबिन लेवल वेंट अप. तो इन सब चीजों से आई फाउंड अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग व्हाई टू एक्चुअली लीव डेयरी. सिंस मैं बेकिंग करती आ रही थी एंड मैंने सोचा कि अगर डेयरी ड्रॉप करके इतनी बेनिफिट्स मेरे को मिल रही हैं, व्हाई नॉट कनेक्ट टू पीपल who are looking to follow a plant-based diet or a vegan lifestyle, or who are lactose intolerant, or who just want to give dairy for ethical reasons. तो मेरा जर्नी 2019 में अपने लिए शुरू हुआ, बट इवेंचुअली धीरे धीरे करते हुए मैं काफी लोगों से कनेक्ट किया जिनको एक्चुअली ये सेम प्रॉब्लम थी डेयरी की वजह से. डेयरी लैक्टोज इंटॉलरेंट बहुत लोग मिले मुझे. A lot of mothers came to me saying कि उनके बच्चे को they are not able to consume dairy. और मैं बता दूं कि हमारी जो इंडियन पॉपुलेशन है, almost 65 to 70% are lactose intolerant, पर we are unaware of it. Okay, lot of people cannot digest lactose. और उससे क्या होता है, जैसे तुम्हें साइनेटाइटिस है, एक प्रॉब्लम साइनेटाइटिस, IBS, ऑटो इम्यून कंडीशन, स्किन रैशेस होते हैं काफी लोगों को, डायबिटीज, टाइप 2 डायबिटीज यू कैन इजीली रिवर्स गोइंग ऑन अ प्लांट बेस्ड डाइट. मैं प्लांट बेस्ड स्पेसिफाई इसलिए कर रही हूँ कि आई मीन क्लीन ईटिंग. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग ऑफ हाईली रिफाइंड. बियर और चिप्स भी वीगन है, ओके, बट यू कैन नॉट लिव ऑन दैट एंड से दैट यू लिविंग हेल्दी. सो द आइडिया ऑफ प्लांट बेस्ड वीगन is eating clean, unprocessed as much as possible. Yes, you have one life to live. ये नहीं हो सकता कि कि तुम overnight सारी तुमने जो पसंद है चीजें वो छोड़ दो. But it's just that you prioritize more plants, more unprocessed food, and lead a disease-free and a pill-free life. Concept plant-based का ये है in a nutshell. अब मैं आती हूँ बेकिंग पर, क्योंकि मेरी बेकिंग की जर्नी इतनी रही है. एंड देन आई स्टार्टेड सारे अपने ट्रायल एरर्स करने लग गई कि जो मैं बेकिंग करती आ रही हूँ उसको मैं कैसे कन्वर्ट करूँ टुवर्ड्स हेल्दी फूड. राजेश, यू कैन ओपन द चैट. तो how many times in a week do we even consume bread or biscuit or any baked products? अगर आप नॉर्थ में रहते हैं, रस इज अ नॉर्मल थिंग जो चाय के साथ खाया जाता है. ब्रेड सैंडविचेस हम इतना खाते हैं, बिस्किट्स चलते फिरते इतना खाते हैं. एग्जैक्टली नीति, 1-2 टाइम्स तो मिनिमम है एवरी डे. क्या आई गेस चलते फिरते हम, ब्रेड एक चीज है, रस एक ऐसी चीज है, बिस्किट एक ऐसी चीज है, हम बच्चों को देते हैं, हम खुद भी खाते हैं, राइट? वी थिंक इट्स लाइक अ good month, certainly. Yes. अब वही है कि मैं इंग्लिश और हिंदी को यहाँ बैलेंस करने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ बिकॉज मेरे पास यहाँ वी हैव बोथ द साइड ऑफ क्राउड. If you're consuming once in 10 days, oh wow, your kids don't eat, wow. See, वही होता है कि हम सबकी preferences, all of us have different preferences. Some of us are aware that we shouldn't be consuming breads. It should be more on the junk side. Right, Rajni? Damandeep, awesome. If you don't eat, you already are on the right path. I mean, all of us are. It's just about educating ourselves. Great. Rajat, you can turn down the chat. Sneha, awesome. So chat band kar lete hain abhi, and then we will talk so that it's not distracting. Right? So baked items are like one thing that we almost consume every single day unintentionally. Ye nahi hai ki it's just that we have got conditioned to the whole idea ki we are good to eat bread and stuff. I'm going to tell you what I figured out in the long run about all these baked goodies that are sold over the shelves. Okay, they mostly have saturated fats and hydrogenated oils. ये वनस्पति and margarine काफी चीजों में डाला जाता है, इसलिए उनकी शेल्फ लाइफ इतनी इजी होती है. देन ऑब्वियसली उसमें व्हाइट शुगर डलती है या तो आर्टिफिशियल कोई ना कोई स्वीटनर डलता है. लिखा होगा शुगर फ्री, but there are different forms of sugars that are usually added to it. Conditioners and preservatives in the form of oil and sugar, understood, but there are a lot of chemicals that are added. They say they're not toxic for human consumption, but ideally if you see the label of anything that's packaged behind, if you have names that are not understood in the common language, ideally that's not meant for you. Yeah. Conditioners make your body toxic over a period of time because over consumption, like if you're eating it once in a while, all cool, but if you're eating something every single day or once or twice a day, you are attracting something that you might not want to get into. And excessive food dyes, all these colored cakes that we get, and brown bread for that matter, please don't be fooled by the whole brown bread. I worked in a commercial kitchen for 1 month. All they add, maida wala bread, they add molasses color to it. That's what gives the brown color. That's it. There's nothing wheat about it. There is just maida. It's just the molasses color that's added to give the brown bread the color. And excessive food dyes, and certainly nutritionally poor and bleached. Nutritionally poor, certainly there are carbs, but these carbs are simple carbs which just go in and spike up your insulin within no time. And hence, that's why diabetes is becoming such a big pandemic in our country. As of now, we are almost at the charting the top of the #1 country with diabetes. Because junk और हम introduce करते जा रहे हैं, easy carry food हम introduce करते जा रहे हैं, and हम यही भूल रहे हैं कि health is wealth, right? Ideally, जब तक हम सोचते हैं कि we should reverse something, sometimes it's too late. Happened with my own father. So I have lived a journey for myself, and I have seen my near dear ones suffer, and by the time he felt that he should have taken care of himself, and he told me that I should have eaten better to save myself, it was way too late because the condition just deteriorated, and I lost him about 2 years ago. Yeah, so this is about little about my journey and what I looked into. We go to the next, Rajat. Okay, so this is what usually the label behind. हमेशा जो पीछे खाने का label होता है, हमेशा पढ़िए. जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं वो बहुत क्लियरली लिखते हैं कि पीछे इंग्रेडिएंट्स हैं क्या. Okay, and usually the first, like it goes in the descending order. First ingredient is usually the maximum in the product, and that's how it keeps going down. So refined wheat flour is maida. कई जगह wheat flour लिखा होता है. Well, it is, unless it says 100% whole wheat flour, it is maida. Okay, ideally अगर हम bread के बारे में सोचते हैं, it has to be wheat flour, sugar, yeast, salt, water, and maybe a little of oil, right? But उसके अलावा हमारे इसमें usually edible vegetable oil जो है, especially palm oil, बहुत use किया जाता है in most of the baked goods, just because it's stable. From the culinary point of view, yes, this is how it's supposed to be. But if I see from the health aspect, this is the least grade of oil. Okay, soya flour, vital gluten, preservatives are added, conditioners are added, all with these numbers, emulsifiers, stabilizers, acidity regulators, vitamins, some antioxidants. So guys, I'm telling all this so that you educate yourself further. Last में जो दो recipes होंगी, but my idea is to educate you all ताकि आप अपने हिसाब से decide करें what is good for you. Okay, I am talking completely out of my experience of health, and that's how I came to talking about plant-based, and that's what I represented on MasterChef as well. Okay, plant-based, vegan, as much clean as possible. Okay, we go to the next, Rajat. Okay, plant-based baking. What is plant-based baking, and how do we see it as healthy? Is basically preservative free, lot of nutrition, fiber, animal product free, natural ingredients, taste that promote health, simple to make at home. Something that's going to be too fancy, you will never put an effort to learn and improvise. So ideally जो basic core होता है plant based खाने का, बहुत simple food होता है. कोई ये नहीं है कि आप पिज्जा बर्गर नहीं खा सकते. Certainly you can eat, but I'm talking about the core of your diet has to be this. Okay, once in a while, like they say YOLO, you have one life to live. That doesn't mean that you'll give up on your favorite food. It is just that the priority of your diet has to be majorly clean as much as possible. We go to the next. How to shift to plant-based baking. Okay, just this is a little about myself. On Wellcure, I keep teaching, I keep doing workshops on different food related stuff. And today, since we're going to be talking about baking, I have some vegan breads, which is 100% whole wheat. And then I have a gluten-free segment as well. The two recipes that I'm sharing is from one each of these courses that I have made. So सबसे पहले तो यही होता है कि educate yourself with basic techniques everywhere. That's how I learned, and that's how I want to teach and educate people as well as much as possible. We go to the next. Yes, always start small and then build your skill, and then you keep learning and improvising. Yes, we go to the next. Okay, guys, we'll open the chat now. I really want to know how many of y'all here are vegans or, following a plant-based diet, following a gluten-free diet, or just want to have healthy swaps. Awesome, Umesh, vegan. Just write in the chat, like, what diet do you follow? Very nice. Gluten-free. Wow. I know a lot of people, like I'm myself, 100% plant-based vegan, and plus my diet is mostly 99% gluten-free as well. Wow, Nikita, really nice. Yes. Very nice, Ritika. Even for me, I guess chai was the hardest part of, leaving dairy. That's what took me the longest time. Wow, 12 years. Wow, no sweeteners. Millet diet, pure veg. Veg is also great, guys. As and when. Really nice. Gluten-free, plant-based diet. Very nice, very nice. Veg, vegan. Wow, this is Sonal. I guess this is another level of millet plant-based, and Jane and vegan plus gluten-free. I have heard quite a few people. Very nice. Very nice, guys. See, ideally, the whole idea is to consume very nice millet plant-based. Okay, Janvi. Guys, the whole idea of this session is to be more interactive. It is not to directly jump to the recipes. Certainly, recipes are part of it. There are a lot of people here who are not aware of few things. इसलिए मैं यहाँ आके बात करती हूँ because usually when I do my sessions, I do not talk too much about plant-based and vegan and gluten-free. Awesome, great. ठीक है, we close the chat so that we go quick. And last May again, we'll have like an open session so we can keep talking. Yeah, we close the chat now, Rajat. So सबसे बड़ा question होता है कि how can you replace the negative? Here, negative I'm talking about is white sugar, egg, milk with the positive. ठीक है? So I'm going to be quick with this just to understand ki what are the swaps ideally that are used. Okay, we go to the next. सबसे पहले अंडों की बात आती है कि eggs, how do we replace? In plant-based baking, vegan baking, to a large extent, we use chia seeds, psyllium husk. Psyllium husk is nothing but isabgol, and flax seeds. We go to the next. And how is dairy to be replaced? We use nut milk, soy milk, oat milk, millet milk. People who are already following vegan lifestyle or plant-based diet must be really aware of this. अगर आपको पता it's a very easy way of extracting milk. आपको almonds को भिगोना है overnight and blend it with 3 times of water and just strain it and your almond milk is ready. Butter. केक्स में सबसे ज्यादा फ्लेवर बटर से आता है तो हम उसे रिप्लेस कैसे करेंगे यहाँ? We tend to use pumpkin puree, apple puree, nut butters. These are the first preferences. Second preference होगा कि coconut cold press oil या तो maximum sunflower oil use किया जाता है. शुगर्स, चलो मैं आपको एक चीज बताती हूँ व्हाइट शुगर की. व्हाइट शुगर के बारे में ये कहा जाता है, आप गूगल भी प्लीज करिएगा, कि जो व्हाइट शुगर होता है इट इज इवन मोर पोटेंट दैन कोकेन. कोकेन इज अ ड्रग. शुगर गिव्स यू अ इवन मोर हाई दैन कोकेन. दैट्स अ रीजन जैसे ही आप मीठा खाते हैं आपका शुगर लेवल एकदम स्पाइक अप होता है, इमीडिएटली ड्रॉप्स डाउन. You start craving more sugar or start feeling lethargic. Okay, this is about white sugar because this is the last end product that you get from sugarcane. इसको कैसे replace करेंगे? The best options are using dried fruits. सबसे पहले तो raisins, dates, prunes and apricots जो direct clean swaps हैं. Second option में आएगा coconut sugar, jaggery and date palm sugar. They are processed, but they're slightly better than white sugar. I won't say it is way better. It is slightly better. Okay. And we go to the next. this all of us know कि हाँ हमें मैदा नहीं खाना चाहिए, हमें 100% होल व्हीट खाना चाहिए, बस वो दिमाग में गांठ हम लोगों की बनती नहीं है. We are mad about food that has maida because it just tastes so crunchy and nice and just so soft and palatable, easy to eat. You know, we have all this कि अगर खाया जा रहा है तो खाना अच्छा है, right? This I guess all of us know. The whole idea is to have 100% whole grains. I go to the next. Gluten. People who are following gluten-free, I'm sure either या तो celiac हैं या gluten sensitive हैं. Is gluten bad? It is not bad. Gluten is supposed to be a protein found in rye, barley and wheat. ठीक है? But gluten को इतना क्यों criticize किया जा रहा है आज की दुनिया में? पॉइंट है कि पहले जो हमारी एंशियंट व्हीट थी उसे खपली कहा जाता है, उसमें जो ग्लूटेन कंटेंट था बहुत कम था, पर इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन से जो व्हीट आज हम खाते हैं उसमें ग्लूटेन की कंटेंट बहुत ज्यादा हो गई है. और हम क्या करने लगे हैं, ज्यादातर घरों में हम तीनों टाइम आटे की रोटी खाते हैं, सेइंग कि आटा इज गुड, हम तीनों टाइम खाते हैं. जो शायद ग्लूटेन खपली व्हीट में 1% इन 100 ग्राम्स होती थी, अब इन 100 ग्राम्स 5% हो गई है. अगर आप 3 बार खा रहे हैं तो ये ग्लूटेन का जो कंटेंट आप कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम बढ़ता ही जा रहा है. पर ये ग्लूटेन करता क्या है, अगर आपके इंटेस्टाइन्स थोड़े भी डैमेज्ड हैं, थोड़े भी, यू नो, बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाटएवर XYZ रीजंस की आपकी लाइफस्टाइल ऐसी है कुछ, ग्लूटेन क्या करता है, जाके आपके जो इंटेस्टाइन के जो वॉल्स हैं उनको खुरदरा बना देता है. इट बिकम्स वेरी परमिएबल. तो उसमें क्या होता है कि जब खुरदरा होता है, एनीथिंग दैट यू ईट, एनी न्यूट्रिएंट्स दैट यू ईट गेट्स लीच्ड आउट डायरेक्टली, गुड बैड बोथ टुगेदर इनटू योर ब्लड स्ट्रीम. यूजुअली इंटेस्टाइन्स का काम है कि जो एलिमिनेट होना है वो इंटेस्टाइन, स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन, रेक्टम से एलिमिनेट होता है, और जो गुड न्यूट्रिएंट्स है गोज इनटू द ब्लड स्ट्रीम. पर ग्लूटेन अगर आप ज्यादा खाते जा रहे हैं, there are chances कि आपके जो wall of the intestine है वो, you know, खुरदरे हो रहे हैं and all the nutrients get leached out, and that's where lot of autoimmune diseases come into picture. ठीक है? So this is about gluten. तो gluten ना खाएं, आटे की रोटी ना खाएं, नहीं खाइए. The idea is to consume variety of grains. Eat your millets which are gluten free. Maybe 5 दिन आप millets, रागी की रोटी खाइए, ज्वार की रोटी खाइए, यू नो, चावल के आटे की रोटी खाइए, प्रोसो, कोडो, ब्राउन टॉप, इतने मिलेट्स हैं. दिस ईयर इज द ईयर ऑफ मिलेट, इंटरनेशनल मिलेट ऑफ द ईयर दिस ईयर. ईट 5 times, like, you know, 5 days a week, eat millets. The rest of the days you eat maybe your bread made of whole wheat, or you eat your roti, or eat pizza. Okay, that's how you have to balance out and bring down the consumption of gluten. All right, but if you're celiac, certainly, you know, eating gluten is a complete no-no. We go to the next. Certainly, कहते हैं ना, एक जिंदगी है, खाना तो है, अब नहीं खाएंगे तो तब कब खाएंगे. Eat everything, educate yourself, balance out on what is good, what is bad, define health for yourself. Like, कई लोग हैं यहाँ जो मिलेट्स खाते हैं, कई लोग हैं जो वेजिटेरियन हैं, कई लोग हैं who want to include a lot of plant sources. So define health for yourself, because that's what's gonna keep you, you know, mindful when you're eating, right? खाइए अपना चाइनीज खाइए, थाई खाइए, everything you eat, but it's just that be mindful that the core of your diet has to be more plants. And we go to the next. ओके, सबसे ज्यादा ये होता है कि यार घास फूस बड़ा बोरिंग होता है, उसमें कोई टेस्ट नहीं होता, बड़ा ब्लैंड होता है. पॉइंट इज कि हम बनाते वही खाना है घर पे, यू नो, वी हैव बीन बेकिंग. हम सोचते हैं कि, यू नो, अगर हम बटर निकाल देंगे, अंडा निकाल देंगे, दूध निकाल देंगे, हम ब्रेड में डालेंगे, कहाँ फ्लेवर कहाँ से आएगा. ये सारे मिथ हैं जो मैं आपके लिए ब्रेक कर रही हूँ ऑफ द 2 recipes that I will be sharing with you all, and then eventually, yeah, a lot of other things that I share even on my Instagram. And we go to the next. डिफिकल्ट टू मेक एट होम? बिल्कुल नहीं. अगर आपको सिर्फ 4 इंग्रेडिएंट्स, आटा, फ्लावर, आटा, पानी, ईस्ट और शुगर और मे बी अ सॉल्ट, या 6, मैक्सिमम 6 इंग्रेडिएंट्स आपको चाहिए टू मेक अ परफेक्ट ब्रेड एट होम. आटा मिल जाता है, ईस्ट मिल जाता है, शुगर मिल जाता है, सॉल्ट मिल जाता है एंड ऑयल मिल जाता है, पानी मिल जाता है. Cool, easily available. I'll go to the next. So मेरे पास 2 रेसिपीज है. एक 100% होल व्हीट बेगेट की रेसिपी है और दूसरी एक वीगन ग्लूटेन फ्री जुकीनी ब्रेकफास्ट लोफ है. दोनों की रेसिपी आपके साथ शेयर की जाएगी. ये वीडियो जो है इसका आपको लिंक भेजा जाएगा, so don't worry that you're going to miss out on anything from here. Okay? Though I will share the ingredients on the chat while the video is on eventually. Okay? And then we'll get onto the other side of the whole thing.
So now we're making a zucchini breakfast loaf. Most of us do have this whole idea about how would we even use zucchini in our breakfast breads. Here is a very simple yet yummy recipe. Let's dive in straight to the recipe. First, I'm going to take flax meal. So these are unsalted, unroasted flax seeds which I've ground into seeds. And to this I'm adding 6 tablespoons of water and keeping aside for about 10 to 15 minutes for it to gelatinize. And now we're going to make our own oat flour. I've taken rolled oats, taking half the quantity of the rolled oats and grinding it into a flour. So this is what we're looking for. And we are making our own almond flour, unroasted, unsalted almonds. Just grind them. Add the almond flour into the bowl. We are adding rest of our dry ingredients into this. The remaining rolled oats, white rice flour. You can replace it to brown rice flour. Potato starch. So potato starch gives a good body to our breads. So in this particular recipe I am using 2 starches, that's potato starch and tapioca starch. You can replace these starches to arrowroot or use any one kind of starch. Baking powder, baking soda, salt. Just give this a good mix. Then coming to the wet ingredients. So in a bowl, I'm going to add grated zucchini. So this is green zucchini. You can add yellow as well. Oil. Sweetener. Apple cider vinegar. And if you wish, you can add some seasonings of your choice, but I highly recommend it. And now, the flax egg. Just give it a nice stir and add it in. Give a mix to your wet ingredients. And now add the dry ingredients into it. And with the help of cut and fold method, mix it in. So this is the method so that you're incorporating air. So it's cut and fold. cut and fold. So we're going to do this only till all our ingredients have come together. We do not want to overmix, otherwise the bread is going to become very dense. So only till your dry ingredients are well incorporated, you are going to do the cut and fold method. Just be patient and don't go ahead adding water, because zucchini once comes in contact with salt and other ingredients, it starts leaving out its own water. So this is what we're looking for. We have a nice dough. And now take your baking pan and put it in and even it out. We're going to even out the top and we're going to bake this at 180 degrees Celsius for about 30 to 35 minutes. So now we're making a crusty French bucket. It is one of the super versatile breads. Cut it into half-inch rounds. Use it as the base for your crostini or bruschetta. Eat it with your favorite party dip. Eat it with a bowl of pasta or a warm bowl of soup. It is just so satisfying. Made with just 4 simple ingredients: flour, water, salt and yeast. That's about it. It is a super simple recipe, so let's dive into it. So in a bowl, take warm water. Add your yeast into it and let it sit for about 2 minutes. Let it dissolve. Meanwhile, in another bowl, we're going to sieve our 100% whole wheat flour and the salt. Always make sure you sieve your whole grains. It just gives a lighter texture to your bread. Right. We're going to keep this aside. We'll wait for our yeast to dissolve. Our yeast is dissolved. You can use a whisk to break the lumps. Make a well in the center of the flour. We're going to add our yeast and water mix into it and we'll begin to knead and get everything together. There's not much kneading required because this is more like an artisanal loaf that we'll be doing. Just mix it well and then we can do stretch and folds for strengthening the gluten. So if you realize, we do not use any fat in baguettes. So it's a 100% oil-free, fat-free bread. That's what gives it the crusty and the chewy texture. As we begin to mix, in case if you need some more water, a tablespoon or 2, you can add. You have to mix it till you see no dry flour anymore. We need a stiff dough. It is not a soft dough. So if you need a tablespoon or 2 of water, you can add. You don't want to see any dry flour. Don't make the dough too soft. Right, so this is what we have. And now we'll begin kneading it. Now how would you manually knead a dough is, hold it, start rubbing it and get it back. Change the side, push it, get it back, and the pressure is just from your palm. Turn it, rub it, get it back. Turn, rub, get it back, and that's how you'll keep doing this till the dough comes together and doesn't break too much. So you can use a KitchenAid for this if you have one, but this is how you would be kneading otherwise. So roughly get it together. Might take about 5 to 7 minutes of kneading. So make sure how you're kneading is exactly this. With the pressure of your palm, you're just gonna push it and get it back. Do not like rub it, because the gluten is not strengthening that way. You're breaking the gluten. So push it and get it back. Push it and get it back. So once your dough is come together, we are going to place it in a greased bowl. Use a wet cloth to cover it, and we're going to keep this to rest and to rise for about 1.5 to 2 hours or till doubles, and then we'll get back to it. So our dough for the baguettes has been resting for about 1.5 hours. So this is what it looks like. It's risen well. So at this point, what we're going to do is punch it, get it together, get it on a countertop, and we will portion them equally. Now the shaping, just press it down into a rectangular, just roll it to the center, the other side goes on top, and press this, pinch the seam to seal it, and now just roll it oblong to the length of your choice. Ideally, the diameter of this is 5 to 6 centimeters, and the length you can decide anywhere between 56 centimeter to 1 meter too. And if you want to make mini baguettes, so even about a 12 inch is good. Just pinch the sides and shape it well. So this is what we have. We're going to keep this, go to the next. Always pinch the seam, and with firm yet gentle hands, just roll it into a thin long log. It'll at least double in size, so keep that in mind when you decide the length. Take a baking tray, take a kitchen towel, dust it with flour, and place these equidistant, folding between the cloth parallelly. So this is how you're going to be able to shape it. You really don't need a special tray for this. We are going to rest this for about 30 minutes before we bake this. So once this is done, you're going to use a wet cloth to cover this and let it rise for 30 minutes or till doubles. So our baguettes have been resting for close to 30 minutes and they are well risen. So this is what they look like. I'm going to transfer these on the baking tray. Just space it according to the size of your baking tray. So these are well risen, transferred on the baking tray. Make sure while transferring you do not puncture out the air. And now we're going to dust this with the flour. So this is what's going to give you that artisanal look. So after you've dusted them, you're going to score them to anything of your choice. However, one straight line or 3 parallel lines. So we score so that when the bread expands, it expands through these cuts, and that's what gives it a more rustic look. So we are going to bake this in a preheated oven for about 35 to 40 minutes or longer if required. So here are our crusty French baguettes. So we let them cool for at least an hour before we slice them.
So
I
guys,
hope you love the recipes. Sorry, Priya, I had to cut you down. You're speaking something. Please continue.
exactly the same thing. No, that's cool. So guys, if you have any doubts with these two recipes, you can drop in the questions. But just in case, you leave the meet and your questions are not answered, just in case, I'm just leaving my Instagram. You can get in touch with me there as well. But yeah, but I'm going to take up all the questions that you have around what we have, shown today.
Okay, so introducing the two master courses by Master Chef Priya Vijay. The first one is healthy breads and vegan spreads. So in case you want to learn about that, this course is specially designed by Priya Vijay, especially for you. This course covers learn unique and tasty healthy breads, how you can combine healthy and flavorful plant-based spreads. It is a 3.5-hour recipe videos. The recipes are whole wheat recipes. You have 20 plus recipes ebook included in this course. The course is MRP at 1600, but currently we are pricing it at an exclusive offer for today at 1099. Moving forward to the next course that we have for today as an exclusive offer is a gluten-free vegan bakes and granola course, which is also specially designed by Master Chef Priya Vijay herself. This course includes gluten-free granola and breakfast cereal recipe. It also has 3.5 hours of recipe videos. All the recipes that are included in this e-learning course is gluten-free. We have recipe ebook that we will share with the recipes. Both the e-learning courses have 1 year of access, and when you complete the course, you will get a certificate as well. This e-learning course is also retailed at 1600, but the current price is 1099. So what is the exclusivity for today? So all of you who are attending the session, we have an exclusive offer only valid for today. If you want to buy both the courses by Priya Vijay, it's an exclusive combo at 1799. You can scan the code or Paytm or Google Pay us at 9910607815. So moving on to the questions that we have. Rajat, can we open the chat box so that I can take the questions up? So if you have any questions regarding what has been taught today, regarding the e-learning courses that we have, we can take all the questions right now. So Priya Archie is asking, to make almond milk, we have to remove skin before churning it is in mixie.
We don't have to. You have to just soak it, grind it. Anyways, you're going to sieve it. So anything excess that cannot be strained will automatically be sieved.
So Astha, yes, we will be giving you today's recipes that we have covered in this intro session that will be shared on the WhatsApp groups in which you guys are added. Priya Ankita is asking, can we bake normal bread with baguette dough?
See, so baguette jo hota hai, this is mostly a fatless bread. Okay, you can make like small dinner rolls out of it, but you got to know this bread is slightly on the chewy side. So if you're okay, see, that's what everyone's palate is different. Like I would eat something that's chewy. Okay, so it's completely your choice.
Okay, so Ritika is asking, what is the life of almond milk?
Something that's made at home. You need to be clear, without preservative, without any chemicals. The almond milk that I'm telling you, the way you make it, hardly 36 hours, not beyond that, unless you're freezing it and then thawing and using and stuff. Yeah.
So, Neetu, we conduct online classes. We have live programs with Priya Vijay coming up next month. You can join that. Or in case you want to learn gluten-free vegan bakes and granola and how to make healthy breads and vegan spreads, you can just enroll in the e-learning courses. And when you get 1 year access, you can ask anything on the portal that we provide to you, and Priya will answer all the queries that you have. Okay, so Kishita is asking, what can we use in place of yeast? As vegan I cannot use yeast.
So now I don't know. See, vegans, there are two perspectives. There's some people who use yeast, some who don't. The gluten-free recipes that I've done are completely gluten-free, but the 100% whole wheat that I've done has yeast in that. So there is no direct replacement in it.
Next question is, can these breads be baked in a convection oven?
See, from the health perspective, we do not speak about using microwaves. All these recipes are made only in oven, but I do understand unless you try few things, you don't get interested to buy OTG. So I've had students who have tried it microwave. I don't promote microwave baking at all, but I understand from the school of thought that you're coming. But yes, on the conventional mode, it can be baked.
Okay, thank you, Kushbu. If you like the session, in case you want to learn more, you can enroll in the e-learning courses. If you buy individual course, it's 1099 for today. If you want to buy the combo of both the courses, it is at 1799. So why pink salt and Himalayan salt should be used?
It's more unrefined, has better sodium levels. But if you are someone who has thyroid, then you can eat your normal iodized salt.
So Sneha is asking, is there any alternative for zucchini?
See, there is no direct swap as per the measurements that have been given, but you can use carrot, beetroot. You'll have to add a little because zucchini has a lot of hydration. With the carrot and beetroot, you will have to add a little milk or water to balance out. You'll have to work.
Sorry. Please continue. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just that carrot, beetroot is good. I had a student who even used Loki, but that's what you need to be ready for the output that will come, because I won't say these vegetables are like 100% direct swap to the recipe as it is. Thodi tweaking karni padegi with the liquid that you're adding.
Okay, Sunita is asking how to make potato starch and where do we get it?
Potato starch is usually store bought. जैसे cornflour होता है, tapioca होता है, arrowroot होता है, potato starch. This is one of the root starches. You get it easily on Amazon. So all the ingredients that I have mentioned in these, unless you don't want to step out, everything is available on Amazon.
So Parul is asking what are the course recipes that are covered in the vegan course. Definitely Rajat or Tanishka, whosoever is there in the session, can you just drop in what all we are covering in both the e-learning courses in the chat box so that everyone know what all recipes we are covering?
You can drop the link to both the courses, which has all the, everything that's covered. That'd be great.
We'll just share the brochure here also, as well as in the WhatsApp group.
Thank you, Tanishka. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, what are rolled oats?
Rolled oats are basically ek hota hai, you get dana oat, okay, that's proper grain, and then you get rolled oats. They're slightly more fibrous versus the instant oats. Instant oats mein zero fiber hota hai, it's more starchy. So we considering eating more fiber, hence rolled oats.
Okay, and what is the substitute for oats?
There is no substitute to oats.
So someone wants to learn gluten-free sourdough bread. So yes, we do live sessions for that, but that program is planned. I'm not sure when, but we'll keep you in loop whenever we plan next. So Priya, someone is saying, very nice teaching, well explaining, love today's session.
Thank you so much.
Divya is asking, can we bake these recipes in gas or OTG?
OTG, yes. Gas, I have not tried, guys, but I'm sure gas oven, I don't know about gas, but gas oven, certainly you can use.
So a lot of people are asking, what is the alternative for yeast? Can you cover it again?
There is no alternative to yeast unless you're going the sourdough route. Sourdough mein you make your own wild yeast and replace it, but the recipes that I've covered here cannot be a direct replacement to sourdough. You'll have to tweak the recipes. So ye jo 100% whole wheat wali recipes hain, they are with yeast itself. Jo gluten-free wali recipes hain, they are completely yeast-free.
Okay, so if you want to go for an option where you want to learn the recipes that are completely yeast-free, I can suggest you guys to go for the gluten-free vegan bakes and granola. We are not using yeast there at all. So you can learn multiple recipes to make without, yeast. And yes, Sanjita, these are online courses that we're talking about. You can access it anytime, anywhere, as per your convenience. We are giving you the recording access of 1 year so that you can, make it again and again until you are perfect in that particular recipe. Although, also you will get a certificate when you complete the course that you have completed, gluten-free vegan bakes and granola course with Priya Vijay with Wellcure. So Jagrati is saying,
want to clear that कि if there are only recipes जो gluten free वाले में है, the 100% whole wheat has different kinds of breads from loaf, garlic bread, pav bread, burger buns, bagels, breadsticks, and kulcha and lot more. जो gluten free में है, we have even cake loaves, like bread loaves. I have like banana bread. I have and we have a almond bread, which is actually sweet. They're more cake loaves.
So someone is saying, hi Priya, when cake is baked, but cake is not that spongy by using cut and fold, still the cake not becomes spongy. Can you please advise on this?
Now depends. You're talking about 100% whole wheat and gluten free. I will just stick to that. These cakes or breads are denser, of course, versus जो आपको मार्केट में मिलता है, because ideally इसमें ना तो gluten उतना ज्यादा है, ना हम अंडा यूज कर रहे हैं, ना हम दूध यूज कर रहे हैं. पर जब आपको पता है कि आप क्या खा रहे हैं, I guess you eventually adapt the taste and the flavor to it.
Okay, is there any classes related to healthy cakes?
Yes, I do have. So क्या है कि I have lot of workshops that I've done in the past. Possibly I'll ask the team Wellcure to share the link with y'all, so you can see my previous workshops, and if anything interests you, you can look into it.
So can we have the measurements in cups, and how do I measure? So are you covering this in the e-learning course, Priya?
No, all the measurements are by weight, ideally, because the cup sizes for everyone is so different. The measuring cup sizes are very different to everyone. Some people hold 200, some people hold 220. So we decided that finally we'll go by weight, so there are least chances of anyone going wrong.
So how can we replace cheese in our food habits?
There are vegan cheese options. I have one cheese that I've shared on my Instagram as well. So you can get in touch with me on Instagram. You know, there are a lot of recipes with food I share actually on my Instagram.
Khushbu is asking, can these recipes be made in a bread maker?
I guess the whole wheat ones can be, but not gluten free. This is only because I had one of my students who tried. That's how I'm able to tell. मैंने personally use नहीं किया है bread maker, but yeah, a couple of my students have.
So someone is saying, why gluten-free breads taste bitter?
It depends. See, most of the, especially quinoa has tannin. That's what makes it bitter. Something like what grapes have. Grapes from the wine that you get from the grapes, even they have the similar. Quinoa has saponin, one of the, nutrient that makes it bitter. But ideally, not everything is bitter. It depends on the kind of grain that you're using.
So Jolly is saying, hi Priya, we have seen you in MasterChef and really influenced by your vegan cooking. Please let me know the two type of baguettes. One is your vegan and the other is normal. How can we identify them just by appearance, and what is the difference in texture and taste? It's a very elaborative question, Priya.
So obviously, there is no, I just shared one that's completely vegan. One baguette use kiya tha. We had just flour, water, salt and yeast, and yeah, just 4 ingredients, not even sugar for that matter. We had just flour, yeast, salt and water, just 4 ingredients. If you have butter added to it, it becomes more like a French loaf. If you have any extra added gluten to it, just touch it and see. If it's not maida, it'll be obviously a little more denser to touch and to chew.
So Neelu is saying, hi ma'am, can we take coconut sugar in replacement of normal sugar for someone who has diabetes?
So पहले आपको ना अगर I love talking about diabetes just in general. People have a misconception कि diabetes होता है चीनी से, but diabetes is from insulin resistance. Insulin resistance क्या होता है कि जब आप बार-बार कोई simple sugar खा रहे हैं, आपका sugar spike एकदम ऊपर जाता है. There is a hormone called insulin that's released. अब क्या होता है कि आप बार-बार कुछ सिंपल शुगर खाते रहेंगे, बार-बार ये इंसुलिन रिलीज होना है, सेल्स में जाकर ये शुगर ट्रैप होता है. तो बेसिकली इंसुलिन जाता है कि आई एम द की, ओपन अप, the sugar goes in. अगर आप बार बार ये चीज सिंपल शुगर्स खाते रहेंगे, ये ताला चाबी खुलना बंद हो जाएगा. Okay, the idea is that. Now that I come to your question, is coconut sugar good? They say, I do not know to what extent is it true, but coconut sugar is supposed to have a compound called inulin, which is a fibrous nutrient, and they say that the sugar spike is fairly lesser versus all of the other sugars. So it will be maybe a slightly better replacement. But अब ये भी होता है ना, if you eating 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon, so that also makes the difference.
Okay, so thank you for the lovely classes. Someone is saying zucchini वाली bread को preheat करना पड़ेगा.
आपको दोनों breads के लिए oven preheat करना ही पड़ेगा.
Okay, so thank you for the session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Wellcure team. Thank you, dear. Okay, so Neetu is saying, can we use dry yeast instead of instant yeast?
Yes, dry active yeast अगर आप use कर रहे हैं, आपको वो पहले activate करना पड़ेगा अलग से with warm water and sugar, and then add it. Instant yeast का क्या होता है? You add directly to the dough.
Okay, so Vishali is saying vegan butter and cheese substitute.
Vegan butter and cheese substitute, there are no substitutes, and vegan butter, same thing, once in a while. I understand, all of us can't be off it completely immediately. I make something at home myself, but ideally I wouldn't use it on cakes. I'm not suggesting any brands because I'm not really a brand person.
So gluten-free course duration. So if you want to ask, I'll tell you, it's a 3.5-hour video recipes that you're going to cover. And when you enroll in the course, you get the access for 1 year. So let me, a lot of people are asking what is covered in both the courses. I'll just, you have the brochure already. I will just cover it, pretty quickly. So in gluten-free vegan bakes and granola, you learn zucchini loaf, zucchini cake, banana loaf, pumpkin keto bread, almond keto bread, garlic bread, quinoa garlic bread. You're learning millet bread. You're learning a lot of options for how many gluten breads you can make. Apart from that, and when you say gluten-free vegan bakes and granola, so you are learning 6 different types of granolas here. Cacao chili granola, banana bread granola, amarnath nut butter granola, zesty lemon chia bars, coconut cinnamon bars, and brownie granola bars. When we move to the healthy breads and vegan spreads, yeast is included in this, and it is all the recipes are not gluten-free. What we are covering in healthy breads and vegan spreads, let me tell you a little bit about. We are learning pizza base, herb breadsticks, burger buns, dinner rolls, garlic breads, bagels, coriander kulchas, and a lot of breads that we are covering. And in terms of vegan spreads, what all dips you are learning? You're learning 6 different types of dips. Apple chia jam, cacao hazelnut spread. You're learning hummus and pineapple guacamole. You're learning dips and dill pesto. You're learning garlic cheese, cream cheese, and roasted bell pepper dip. I know a lot of people have not heard what I'm saying. I'm just telling you how many recipes that we are covering. These are detailed recipes, and you get the access of 1 year. So you can try it again and again. In case you have any questions related to the course, you can definitely drop in the portal, you can drop your comment, and our team or Priya, whosoever see the question, you will definitely help you in getting better. Both the courses are e-learning courses. 1 year recording access is there. And when you complete the course, you will get a certification as well. Moving towards next question, please share the scan pic on the group. Definitely, Samyuta. We will be sharing all the details in the group itself. So Sushma is asking, Priya, instead of potato starch, can you suggest? I'm a Jain.
So you can use arrowroot powder that they say. Arrowroot, tapioca, I guess tapioca also Jains cannot use. So you can use arrowroot powder.
So Ankita is asking how to make vegan dessert like tiramisu with vegan cheese.
Yeah, exactly. You have to make you can use tofu as a replacement, or with cashews if you're allergic to tofu or cashews. You find swaps, but it is certainly possible. It's just that we need to, हम एक तरह से हम condition हो गए हैं कि हम cream cheese use करते हैं तो ऐसे ही बनेगा tiramisu, which I completely understand. Now we want to make cream cheese that is vegan, so usually tofu. I have tried with tofu and even cashews.
Sonal, yes, I think Priya has already covered it, that instead of potato starch, you can use arrowroot. Manisha is asking, whenever I replace eggs with bananas, it smells weird, like some chemical. Can you help me why?
Now I need to know the whole recipe for it. Only then
Okay, so Manisha, you can drop your recipe in the group that we have, and definitely we'll try to understand why it smells so bad, because banana smells amazing. Okay. Shilpa is asking, vegan cheese is healthier compared to normal cheese. Can we eat it? Like, if someone loves cheese, can they do it, every day?
things. Okay, one is really clean cheese that you want to make, say, of directly only plain ingredients, that cashews, nutritionally, salt, pepper, garlic. And then there is this cheese which is highly processed. Now that's what you decide on which side of food are you.
So, vegan cheese hota kya hai, Sona is asking. So, can you cover what really is vegan cheese?
So vegan cheese is obviously, since people are getting lactose intolerant, people are turning towards veganism, people are turning towards more plant-based, healthier lifestyles. Eventually, we have found swaps to taste something that is close to cheese. So या तो वो nut से बनता है या mostly tofu use किया जाता है उसको replace करने के लिए.
Okay, so Rutika, if you enroll in the course now, when you make the payment, if you make the payment via Paytm or GPay, you will have to send your name, city, email ID, and phone number to us. Within 24 hours, the access for the e-learning course will be given to you. That will be with you for 1 year, since the time you have paid to the 1 year, the recording access you'll have for 1 year. Okay, Shweta is saying, why is there a trend not to use yeast? Is yeast bad?
See, yeast थोड़ा मेरे लिए तो controversial है. Like I eat, but not too much. So that's what I said. You need to define health for yourself. For me, it's not been too much of a problem. I eat breads very limited. First of all, like maybe 15-20 दिन में I eat bread once, twice. So for me, it's not been a problem till I'm not consuming it every single day. A lot of people, I had one student who was allergic to yeast. So that was the first incident that I got to know that someone could be allergic to yeast as well. So Jains, a lot of Jains do eat, a lot of Jains don't, a lot of vegans eat yeast, a lot of vegans don't. So you need to form your belief system around health and what you are okay consuming.
I think if you're lactose intolerant, definitely you should not eat cheese and look for alternate cheese, vegan cheese, right, Priya?
Yeah. If you're lactose intolerant, ideally, that's what वही हो रहा है कि with time either people are becoming aware. For me, mainly, the idea was, 10-15 साल से मैं दवाइयाँ खा रही थी. I wanted to be off it. I would rather be off one ingredient from my lifestyle and be pill free. So that's how got me turned towards plant-based and then eventually, towards the whole vegan lifestyle.
So yes, definitely if you want to avoid all the toxemia, all the medicines that you have been eating, and if you want to be off medications, you can improve your lifestyle and, be healthy naturally. So Shweta, yes, we can make pizza base without maida, and we are covering how to make pizza base and much more in the healthy breads and vegan spreads e-learning course. Let me just cover, pretty quickly about the courses that we have. We have two courses in the special offer today. One is healthy breads and vegan spreads. So this course is perfect for you if you are someone who wants gluten-free options. So this course is someone who is not, not avoiding gluten, but want to, shift to healthy breads and vegan spreads. This contains 3.5 hours of recipe videos, which recipes are whole wheat recipes. They are very healthy. It also have a 20+ recipe ebook. The recording access for this e-learning course is 1 year, and you get a certificate when you complete the program. This program is retailed generally at 1,600, but today if you enroll in the course, the price for this course is 1,099. Moving towards to the gluten-free vegan bakes and granola option, if you are someone who wants to eat gluten-free, or you're suggested to eat gluten-free, you can definitely eat tasty gluten-free granola and breakfast cereals. It is also a 3.5 hour of recipe video course. It has all the recipes in this course, especially designed for people who cannot eat gluten and want to eat tasty and healthy. Recipe ebook is also included in this course. Again, this price for this course is retailed at 1600. Today we are selling it at 1099. And all of us who are attending this session today, this is an exclusive offer that both the courses which retail at 3200, you're getting a good discount and you're getting it in just 1799. You can just scan the QR code or Google Pay or Paytm us at 9910607815. Moving towards the last set of questions, Sindhu is asking any sugar-free cake course for diabetic people?
Who asked that question?
Sindhu.
Sindhu, on the platform, I do not have as such, but please get in touch with me. I could have something else to share with you.
Okay, so Priya, there is a lady Payal, and she has asked 4-5 questions. We'll cover all that pretty quickly. So one is xanthan gum advisable for gluten-free baking? I don't know what that is, but it's the question, yeah.
So Payal, I've personally never tried xanthan gum. I kind of stick to using flax egg or chia egg for gluten-free baking. Once in a while, I feel that once in a while, just things are okay. Your belief, but personally, I've never consumed anything which has xanthan gum or even made something which has xanthan gum.
Okay. Second question from Payal is options for gluten-free flours other than jowar, bajra, ragi, as these doesn't suit her husband.
Okay, so you start with ragi, jowar, bajra. You have brown rice flour. You have proso, kodo, quinoa, brown top, barnyard, and foxtail. Like, yeah, all the millet flours are very easily accessible.
Sonal, I think I've missed your question. If you can just drop it again, I will definitely cover it. I'm not in purpose ignoring the question. We are getting a lot of questions. So if you can just drop it again, I would definitely love to cover it. Dr. Navneet is asking cooking time in cooker and microwave, please. So I'm not sure what this question is. If you want to ask about specific recipe.
I'm not these recipes in a cooker at all. Microwave, like I said, that I'm not promoting microwave baking, but I understand from where you're coming. The temperature is going to be same as mentioned for the specific recipe.
So Payal, continuing questions for Payal, instead of ACV, can we use regular vinegar?
You can even substitute it for lemon.
So where and which potato starch and tapioca starch can I buy, or can it be made at home?
No, please buy, because it's very difficult to grind at home. I tried that. You don't get a fine finish. There are few ingredients which I would say, like making your almond flour, oat flour at home, easily possible. But tapioca and for potato starch, I use this brand called Fresh OS, or even Urban Platter works. It's there on Amazon.
Last question from Payal is, I have tried gluten-free bread with red rice or brown rice flour, but it becomes very dry. Can you tell me why?
I need to understand that what else do you add with the flour and your making technique, like the procedure. I need to understand to know the final. I'll give you an answer for it.
So Saurav is asking, can we eat yeast wala bread daily?
See, like I said, that I wouldn't suggest eating whole wheat every single day. So, from that aspect, at least the recipe that I've covered, from that aspect, if you're asking me, I will myself tell that please don't consume bread every single day. If it's 100% whole wheat, please don't consume. If you can do gluten-free bread in between, that's great.
So Pooja, to answer your question, you will receive the recording. So when you enroll for the e-learning course, if you have enrolled through GPay and Paytm, you have to send the screenshot along with your name, number, email ID and city on the phone number that is mentioned here itself, or the person you are talking to, or in the group you are added to. And when you do that, after 24 hours working hours, you will get the access for 1 year. So Chaitali is saying, thank you for wonderful session. Got a lot of information about vegan and healthy lifestyle.
Thank you so much. And another thing, guys, if you're signing up for the workshops, there will be a drop box. In case you have any doubts, you can drop it there. It'll take me good 2-3 days to revert to any questions. But if you're in middle of, trying something, you can certainly reach out to me on Instagram.
Yes.
Say you have signed up for this workshop, and within maybe 4-5 hours, I usually revert maximum.
Vaishali is saying, so what can we use in baking substitute as from butter?
So instead of butter, I guess you missed that slide. Instead of butter, the recipes that I have covered, at least these 2 workshops, we are using cold pressed coconut oil or sunflower oil.
Okay, so because time is limited, so I will be, answering a lot of questions myself because Priya's time is limited with us. So yes, the recording of the session will be shared in the group. Both the e-learning courses are in English. There are a lot of recipes that we are covering in the session. Both are priced at 1099 if you buy individually. If you want to buy both the courses, it's 1799. In case you're not added in the WhatsApp group, you can, my team will just drop a WhatsApp group link. You can just join the group. If any other question that you have is there in your mind, you can just, ask there and we'll be love to answer it. The offer is valid for today. And when you buy the course within 24 working hours, you will get the access for the e-learning course you have signed up for. And the recording access for the e-learning courses are for 1 year. And you will get a certificate when you complete the course, not after 1 year, when you complete watching the recipes. Okay. I think I have covered a lot of questions together. So last questions I can take now. Can we replace zucchini? I think Priya have covered that. Please add me to the WhatsApp group. So we have shared the link of the group. You can just join the group by clicking on the link. Tanishka has just shared it again. Priya has shared her Instagram profile link. You please go and follow her there, or you can follow Wellcure as well. Okay, so last question is, how do we get today's recipes for today's session? I'm unable to join WhatsApp groups. Neha, Tanishka has dropped the WhatsApp group again. You can just click on the link and join on the link below. Or what you can do is just drop on the message on the number that is mentioned on the screen, 9910607815, and you can be guided further. Coming on to the exclusive offer, it's only for today. So I would suggest, if you have any questions related to that, if you are willing to buy, now is the time. Okay, any concluding thoughts, Priya?
Like I said, that just that educate yourself. I am speaking about the food aspect because of the journey that I've had on a personal front, and that's how maybe I'm confident about what I'm putting out here, teaching and seeing what can be better. I had a lot of people who messaged me personally and said that who were in the pre-diabetes stage, they reversed their diabetes by going plant-based, being more mindful about eating. The whole idea has to be that you need to live healthy. Eventually, everything in life that happens is inevitable. It's just about being mindful and drawing your own boundaries around food and understanding what's good for you. My idea was to put across what I see food as, and I guess you need to be mindful of food and about life and certainly yourself, and that's what my recipes here actually show.
Thank you so much, Priya, for joining us today. Certainly, Neetu, we will be sharing the recipes in the WhatsApp group, so please stay connected. Thank you so much all for joining us today. We will be sharing the exclusive offer and all the details in the group that you are in, and we will be answering any of the questions that you have. Thank you so much, Priya, for joining us today. This is Namaste from Wellcure.
Thank you, Anuradha. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Neetu.